It's Topher from Topher's Life. Happy holidays, and you're watching Ericka Bernie.
What is going on, you guys? It's Ericka Bernie finally coming back with another video. If you guys haven't watched my old videos from a long time ago, you probably don't know this fact about me. So I'm going to share a little bit more facts about me here. If you know me as an NCO, if you know me as a drill sergeant, if you ever met me in the military and actually had the pleasure of working with me, or even know me in a personal level, you will know that I love combatives and I love fighting. If you don't know what combatives is hand-to-hand combat. It's pretty much going through different type of courses to teach you techniques and then for you to train with other people, big, small, more muscular, skinnier, and all that type of different people, which is awesome to do. So you might be wondering, why are you talking about combatives? Why should I listen to you? So I'm going to talk about the history of what I've gone through with combatives. And if you want to know more, if you want to see more of my fights, of my real fights, and if you have any questions about fights, go ahead and comment down below and I'll help you guys out as much as I can. My experience with combatives and all that stuff, I've gone through level 1, which is the basic combatives course, and I went through it when I was a private. I was actually kind of scared to go because a lot of people were telling me stories and showing me pictures of how bruised they were, but part of me really wanted to learn how to fight. Plus, it was a requirement for the duty station I was at. I went there and I learned so much. So basic combatives course is a full week long, and they teach you ground game, which is kind of like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and all that, and they teach you a little bit of taking down someone. For the most part, everything you learn here is supposed to be in kit, and it's supposed to be you're supposed to be able to do it in full kit. So some people might be thinking, well, why can't I do this, or why won't I be able to do this? It's like, if you're able to do that in full kit, then go for it. If you can't, then don't. Hence us teaching you guys a little bit moves that's really different from BJJ than it is with combatives. It's a full week long course. They teach you a lot of techniques, and then the last day, or the test out day, is they test you out on the techniques that they taught, and then you have to go through different scenarios of how to defend yourself by yourself when an enemy comes and attacks you from different scenarios. And that's level 1. I went through level 1, which is 40-hour course. Then is tactical combatives course, which is level 2, and that's a lot more tactical stuff. It's a lot more rolling, and meaning like kind of fighting and all that stuff on the ground with your kit on. And I feel like level 2 is way better than level 1 because it's so much fun. You learn boxing, you learn how to at least do the basic jab, cross, hook type of deal. You learn how to take someone down. That is easier and better to comprehend and all that stuff. I feel like level 2 is just so much fun, and when I went through level 1, it created a spark, so level 2 was awesome for me. And if you have the opportunity to go level 2, I would highly suggest you guys go to level 2. And then the next course, level 3 and 4 are no more. Now it's Master Combatives Training Course. And I got the pleasure of going to the Master Combatives Training Course, which is at Fort Benning, and it's a whole month long. It's a whole month long that every day you're fighting, every day you're learning, every day you're doing a lot of stuff that's physical. And even though I got bruised up and all that stuff, it was a great course. You have to be a staff sergeant and above to actually get into this course, but I was actually a specialist at the time. And the reason why I was able to go was because I was actually pulled in to become an instructor at my duty station, and I showed them all the motivation and dedication that I had with the combatives program, that they talked to other people, and somehow I got wavered in to actually be a specialist and go to the instructor course, and I got it. A whole month course is pretty much you're tired all the time, you're physically exhausted, but it's an awesome course because you're fighting, you're learning how to instruct, or you're actually making your instructing so much better. Because after I went through that course, I thought I was a great instructor before, but going through that course, being able to teach other NCOs, me being a specialist at the time, was awesome because I was showing them moves that they didn't even think about. Because before I went through Master Combatives course, my NCOs made sure I was 100% on top of my game, because everyone else was gonna have eyes on me because I was the lowest ranking there, and which I knew. So I made sure I was one of the best students there, which I was. For the Master Combative Trainer course, every Friday, or at least every day that's the last day, last day of the week, you fight, and you don't only fight just once, and you don't only fight your weight class. You have different type of bouts that you have to go through. So you're fighting, so that means you're fighting different other people, and there's gonna be a certain time and all that stuff, certain points and all that stuff. But it's not kind of just sparring. Okay, let's fight. No, we spar like every single day. But when it comes to that last day of the week, you full out win your fight. So I can tell you, my first week, I got my ass whooped because I didn't learn how to cover my face, because my whole heart was into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But going into that course, I learned so much boxing that I fell in love with it, and that eventually after week 1, I'm like, I understand I'm gonna get hit in the face, but I'm gonna make sure that they get hit in the face more than I do, or I hurt them more than they hurt me. So it was an awesome course, and that helped me out tremendously, because when I got back to my duty station, my NCOs at the time were like, all right, whoever went through that course, we're gonna spar a little bit, and they told me how much I changed and how much better I was then. But yeah, so that's how Master Combatives Trainer course was. So that means, yes, I'm a Master Combatives Trainer instructor, meaning I can instruct combatives, I can teach all the courses, and I am allowed to certify. If you're a level 2, you're allowed to instruct, but you're not allowed to certify. Level 1 can't really do much. There usually can be an assistant instructor, or if you're at your company, you're allowed to teach them, but you can't necessarily certify them. So that's kind of my background with combatives, and I've done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Garrett Harley. His information is down below. I learned a lot of boxing from this guy named Cole Stringer, and he is a Muay Thai instructor. If you want his information, also if you're on the Alabama area, go ahead, his information is down in the description bottom below. And then I also was able to kind of do combatives with Jade, if you guys didn't know that, and she taught me so much because she knew exactly how my head was working whenever I did fights or anything like that. So she helped me out a lot. And that's my history with combatives. I've done combatives tournament, I've done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournaments, I've done a lot of tournaments in my lifetime, and I haven't really shared that with you guys because it was way before YouTube ever came. But if you want to know a little bit more about my fighting, how I lost weight for my fights, or about fighting in general, go ahead and write down in the comments below. I actually have a lot of videos and pictures of when I used to fight and all that stuff, so I think it'll be a story for another day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. See you guys next one. Peace.